The Secretary of Treasury of the U.S. government did something truly shocking recently for Dogecoin and other cryptos. Basically, we now have proof that certain members of the government have been trying to manipulate the market. So, let's take a look at what happened. Hello guys, and welcome back to Crypto Fire, where we talk about Dogecoin, cryptocurrency, and investing. Before we go any further, I'd like to congratulate the winner of this week's giveaway. Please contact us to collect your winnings. Just in case you didn't win, you could still follow all the steps to enter the new giveaway of $100. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment on your favorite cryptocurrency. Read our description for more info about it. Now, let's get started with today's video. So, Janet Yellen, the Secretary of Treasury, has been accused of banking corruption. She has received $7.2 million worth of speaking fees just from the CD Bank and the Citadel hedge fund. According to this article, she received millions of dollars from other banks as well, including Barclays, UBS, and many others. Now, the interesting part is that her government salary is only around $221,000. And her entire net worth is around $20 million, which is bonkers. This suggests that she was paid almost half of her entire net worth from these banks this year. You might be wondering why these banks are being so generous to her. As I said, it was simply her speaking fees. Yellen was a huge proponent of adding certain sections into the infrastructure bill, which would hold smart contract coders as brokers. The bill was supposed to pass, excluding coders. But at the last moment, Yellen pushed to not exclude them from its language. Basically, the banks are paying her to put these cryptocurrencies down because these banks know that the DeFi space poses a huge threat to them. It's funny that as crypto holders, you now would have to pay $1 million just to hear the government make more realistic claims about it. I think it's a really sad day for the entire crypto market. Everyone's worried about what this would mean for Dogecoin. We can't afford for the government to put a ban on cryptos because a certain senator said something negative. Now, perhaps because of statements like these, the SEC has shut down a $30 million DeFi money market. According to the SEC, the case is supposed to make DeFi technology more secure. They have started off by charging two people from Florida for apparently having unregistered sales of more than $30 million. Now, this might sound like really bad news, but the fact is that, since these things are coming into light, we now have proof to be able to speak against it. The government can't just impose these taxes and put bans on the DeFi sector because the banking sector wants them to. If you think that you've had enough of this market manipulation, comment Dogecoin to the moon in the comment section below. Now, let's move on to some really interesting news from today. Dogecoin, which only came into prominence 7 months ago, has had such a huge impact that the famous blockchain analytics firm, Chainalysis, has now decided to include it in their roster. According to the firm, Dogecoin has become the most often requested coin for the company. This is because with greater popularity, the risk for criminal activity and scams has increased as well. So to increase the security for Dogecoin, Chainalysis has now decided to include it. I think it's incredible because it'll perhaps make Doge more secure. And because of this, we could perhaps see more money coming into Doge because of this. Talking about extra security, another great news came from Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. He recently tweeted about the Wasabi wallet, which is a free and open source wallet. Basically, it helps protect the privacy and security of Bitcoin. We've heard so much news about crypto scams that it's almost getting tiring at this point. So, an endorsement from someone as popular as Jack means that more and more people will choose to hold their funds in a wallet like Wasabi. And perhaps we could see a huge investment from Jack in one of these firms, which will make your crypto holdings way safer than they are right now. Now, let's talk about a prediction that is backed by some key indicators. The RSI index shows that Doge might be overbought, due to which its symmetrical pattern has become an upside. And that is extremely bullish. Just 5 days back, Doge had a breakout of 31%. And the index suggests it could have a breakout of up to 45% again really soon. Now, at the same time, the MRI suggests that Doge might fall in a few days. But, according to the Fibonacci retracement, it will instead go back up really soon. And if we look at the price for Bitcoin, either in other cryptos, it seems like we're back in bull market again. So, even though there were a lot of ups and downs in the crypto market, this year, 2021 has turned out to be quite profitable for long-term holders. Before we move forward to some more interesting news, I'd like to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So you should definitely do proper research before investing anything into crypto. Coming back to it, Fidelity Investment has now become one of the key stakeholders in Marathon Digital Holdings. If you don't know, Marathon is one of the largest Bitcoin mining firms in North America. This is great because Fidelity has the funds and power to expand Marathon's operations, which would lead to more mining machines all over America. And as I've been saying, more mining machines and miners will increase the hash rate, which will then increase the price for Bitcoin and Doge in the long run. Now, there's another great news that'll probably bring in more money into Doge and other cryptos. One of the biggest Australian cryptocurrency exchanges, Independent Reserve, has now gotten approval in Singapore as well. This is a big deal because Singapore is a country which still isn't very familiar with cryptocurrencies. So this is definitely going to bring in new holders into the market. Coming back to the bullish trend, for the first time since May, the crypto market has had a breakout to over $1.9 trillion. Over the last 21 days, the whole market has grown by a massive 58%. And this is the first time the market has touched $1.9 trillion since 18th May. If you remember, that was around the time when the huge crash happened. So, as I've been saying, it looks like we've entered the bull market. And according to Cointelegraph, this is only the first leg of the bull market, and the second leg is about to follow. Now, another great news that'll lead to huge pumps in Bitcoin and then Doge was about mass adoption. So, AMC Entertainment is planning to receive new technology to accept crypto payments by the end of this year. So perhaps in December, you can actually pay in Dogecoin when you go out to watch a movie. Now, before moving on to another great news for Dogecoin, let us first take a look at the current prices. Dogecoin is currently trading at around 26.6 cents and is still in the green. We know that there's a lot of big news items coming for Doge that have led to this rise. But there are certain tiny things that are also adding to its price. For instance, the famous influencer Amanda Cerny recently said that she's also a Dogecoin holder. She said that she actually made $160,000 from Dogecoin in just 1 week. Now the point is that Amanda Cerny has 25 million followers on Instagram. Something like this makes the potential investors finally come into Doge, considering how profitable it has been for someone they really like. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Goodbye. Take care.